Okay, you'll remember that the Pythagorean theorem states in an if-then format that if a right triangle is established to have legs as A and B, and a hypotenuse as C, then the relationship of A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Right try 6 asks us to apply the converse of that, in which case we switch the if and the then. So what we'd be saying is, if A squared plus B squared equals C squared, then it is a right triangle with A, B, and C as the sides. Now, we're going to use this converse theorem to classify a triangle as right, acute, or obtuse. So for example, I'm given a triangle and I have sides of 4, 5, and 6. What I want to ask myself is it a right triangle? If it's a right triangle, then A squared plus B squared equals C squared. To use the converse, if this is true, then it must be a right triangle. Remember that we have to choose the hypotenuse, the side opposite the right angle, as the standalone piece on the right-hand side. In this case, 16 plus 25 equals 36. Sometimes I put a question mark here. 41, we're not sure if it's equal to 36. In this case, we see that 41 is not equal to 36. Given that fact, does the Pythagorean theorem apply? No. Because if the Pythagorean theorem doesn't apply, then it's not a right triangle. So we know this is not a right triangle. Now, the question we have to ask ourselves is, this represents the hypotenuse, the 36. It's not 41 and then squared, instead it's 36. So this side, the hypotenuse, is too small. If the 36 is too small to match the 41, then the triangle is not really a right triangle. What's happening is the triangle is somewhat smaller, which qualifies this triangle as acute. Secondly, if I try something like 4, 5, and 8, I'll try the Pythagorean theorem. 4 squared plus 5 squared is equal to 8 squared. 16 plus 25 is equal to 64. 41 is equal to 64. Well, clearly that's not equal. In this case, the hypotenuse is too big. So the triangle has been stretched out such that instead of a right angle, it's got an obtuse angle. Lastly, if in fact the triangle were a right triangle, we would expect that 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. 25 plus 144 is equal to 169. 169 is equal to 169. That works. That tells us it's a right triangle. So, long and short, here is the rule to remember. If A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared, it's a right triangle. If A squared plus B squared is less than C squared, in other words, instead of a right triangle, the angle's been made larger, it's an obtuse triangle. If A squared plus B squared is greater than C squared, that means that this side plus this side has made a smaller hypotenuse. That's an acute triangle. That's right try 6.